today I, Vishal Yalavarthi, am going to present something on a system called anti-burglar system. Now before I move to this system, I have some data which I want to share with you. So first is like I have many case studies with me on thievery, burglary, whatever you want to call it. So the one case is like a man had his valuables stolen. Like he was collecting that for his daughter's wedding. Then suddenly a thief came, stole away the belongings and went. Then onlooker came and said like brother like you why didn't you put security measures on your locker or almirah, I don't know actually. Then the owner said, the victim said, those cost too much. Now, to help such people, for example, this person or the victim, what we need a system. Fine. There are in the market, like there are many systems which utilize many equipments, but at the same time they are costly. Prices ranging from 2,000 to 3,000, etc. Now, what we need is a system that is invisible to the thief and is of course visible to the user. Now, before I show the model to you, I'll give you a hint. You must have seen those Hollywood spy movies, like in which there are lasers and all that. So if you put the hand through the laser, boom, alarms ring and then apocalypse start, zombie apocalypse, anything. And then the hero comes and disables the alarms, makes a heroic exit and all that. So I have the prototype of the same model over here. Well, not a surprise, of course. Now, what I have here is a photoresistor, a light source. Now what here we need is a concentrated beam of light. So instead of using LED in most cases, plus LEDs cost a lot. Even those low cost LEDs, what they do, suppose let's say this is an LED. Instead of propagating light like this, what they do, they propagate light like this. Like this. So it like propagates light in every direction. We don't want that. What we want is concentrated source of light. Many people store light sources, like I thought I read this somewhere, like someone stored Edison's bulb patent, so it has to be of course lit up. So he used this particular system, not this particularly, but still close enough. So what happens here is the LDR will only measure the laser diodes light rather than the light source which it is protecting. Now these laser diodes can of course be found in many electrical stores. Now then we have a microcontroller, preferably Arduino Uno, a breadboard for prototyping purposes. In case you want to make this in real life, well, you could make a PCB out of this. Then we have a passive buzzer over here, well hidden of course. So here what happens here is this photoresistor sends a signal to the microcontroller, and then from there it sends to the passive buzzer to boom 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 and all that. Now coming here to the code. So now what I did is I defined the LDR pin as the analog 5 pin, a value for the LDR storing value, like it ranges from 0 to 500, etc, etc, doesn't matter. Then we have int laser pin 2. Now this laser pin is the laser diode I discussed. So this is a very digital, so we don't have a specific purpose for this laser pin. It is just for a light source. So I define the buzzer, the passive buzzer as the output. This is the 3, and then the laser pin as the output. Then we have the loop where the value is defined as the analog read of the LDR. Then we have the digital write pin as high and all that. Now here comes the important part. Now if the LDR reads that it is dark on its side of interface, what it does, it activates the buzzer, delay and then low. Now coming over here to test this model, what will happen here is if I push this hand to this, boom, and alarm blinks and remove it. Of course. Now what you can do here, as an extension, as like if you want this as a one-way system, what you can do, instead of a passive buzzer, you can use an active buzzer. So what it does, when it gets output, then boom, done. Your job is done. It will just buzz and all that. The thief could not do anything. But also you need to be careful at the same time, because when the active, if you accidentally just put your hand and then, because active buzzers, well, of course they're costly, not that costly but still costly, then you need to be careful while setting the system. So get an electrician or a technician who is familiar with all these electrical things. Second extension to this is the people who want this more techy. So what we can do, we can have a communication module like a relay module, not a relay module of course, let's say a Wi-Fi module or a Bluetooth module. So they send the information to a phone, a tablet, what else, the laptop, etc. Now with that, I would like to conclude this session on anti-burglar systems, and I think you hope like this video, and thank you for watching.